recollections from that game, and that was your last home game before the pandemic kind of shut everything down. Just how different you think life is now compared to that moment?
I don't have a lot of recollection of that game. It seemed like it was an eternity ago, but a lot has changed. You know, a lot has changed in the world. A lot has changed in the world of hockey. You know, I'll tell you what hasn't changed is that the Carolina Hurricanes are a really good hockey team. They were really good then, they're really good now, and so we know we've got a big challenge ahead of us.
Davey?
Mike, how do you assess what you've gotten from Brock McGinn since he's been here, and is it more or less than you anticipated that he would give you?
Well, I think Brock has brought everything we anticipated that he would bring and then some. I think, you know, I think it's been a little bit more in the sense that his ability to help us generate offense, I think, has really has been impressive, and all the other things that he brings to the table as far as just being a glue guy, being hard to play against, bringing in the physicality, being real good in the penalty kill. You know, he does a lot of those thankless jobs. You know, he's good on the wall, he's willing to block shots. He just makes us hard to play against. So from that standpoint, that's what we anticipated we were going to get. And I've been really impressed with his ability to help our team generate offense, and he scored a fair amount of goals himself. So you know, he's got 9 or 10 goals I think already, and you know, with virtually 0 power play time. And so that's I think that's impressive. He's a real good 5-on-5 player. He's a very good penalty killer.
Wes?
Mike, you might tweak the lines here and there, but for the most part, when they're healthy, that Crosby line sticks together. I want to center on Jake and Brian there because it's probably pretty difficult to remove Sid from the Crosby line. But when you look at those two, just how valuable is what they provide there for you personally as a coach, making sure that line sticks together and you kind of have the consistency up there?
Well, I just think that line has developed so much chemistry over the years. And when we're looking at our group of forwards and trying to assemble our 4 lines and trying to create the balanced attack, that's always part of our objective as a coaching staff. It really makes it's hard for us to put a compelling argument together to split them up because they just bring such a consistent game. And all 3 of them, I think, have done a really good job as far as what they bring to that line. You know, Rusty brings an element of speed, his relentless puck pursuit. You know, he's just a dog on a bone on the puck, and I think he creates opportunities for his line by utilizing his speed and his relentless play. You know, I think his playmaking ability has really evolved over the years, and you know, and I give Sid and Jake a lot of credit to that because I think those guys learn from one another. You know, Jake is just a guy with such a high hockey IQ and knows for the net and that to finish. You know, he's really good in the battle areas and the traffic at the net front. He plays the game with so much courage for a guy that is not the biggest guy, the strongest guy in the world. He plays in the traffic, and so I think that's what he brings to that line. And for me, Sid drives the line with his elite play. So you know, when we look at our group, you know, we're trying to assemble some lines that help us create some balance both offensively and defensively. That line has had such an impact on our team consistently game in, game out. That's one of the reasons why we haven't really touched that line with respect to the rest of the group.